Welcome to This Organic Life.
Marcus Giuliano, top 5 food activist in America. What an honor.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I am looking forward to understanding what a green restaurant is.
Awesome. Would
Can you
love
show
to
me
show you. I'm
everything?
going to show you, come in, do a tour, and
Yeah.
And of course we're going to eat.
We are in Ellenville, New York. I've actually never been here, but a bunch of my friends who live in Newburgh were like, "You're going to Ellenville? We keep going back there. There's so many cool things happening there."
We didn't plan on opening a restaurant in Ellenville. That was the last thing on our mind. This town was very well known up until the 60s, 70s, 80s. This was the heyday of the Catskills. Dirty Dancing was just filmed up the road up here. This village was bustling. We were the very first restaurant to open up in here in 20, 30 years. What you're drinking right there is some of our crystal-infused water. Now, if you've ever been to the Museum of Natural History in New York City, in the middle of the room, there's that big crystal. That's called the Ellenville Quartz. That was mined three blocks from here. Some of the purest water in the world. People actually come here and they like to drink the tap water because it gives it a charge, a restructure. So people actually like the tap water and gravitate towards the tap water.
It's probably why Patrick Swayze looked so cute in Dirty Dancing, because he was drinking all this crystallized water.
Most communities start the revitalization process through restaurants, but you need multiple restaurants. Some people think, I don't want the competition, this, that. I've welcomed the competition all along because if there's only one place, there's no other place to walk by.
More restaurants can be supporting these local farms, which also, you're supporting one business, but you're also supporting 5 other ones or 10 other ones.
100%.
Aroma Thyme Bistro is what started bringing people back. And it just shows that you guys are proving to everyone that nobody puts Ellenville in a corner. For all you Dirty Dancing fans out there, I'm also imagining everyone in school having a gym class where everyone's doing their lip together.
It wasn't really like that, but that would have been cool.
We can pretend.
That would have been cool.
No one else knows, okay, so it's fine.
There's lots of farm hubs everywhere where I can go on an app and see what a farmer posts on Sunday night that they're picking on Monday, and then gets delivered to me the next day. The biggest part with the problem with the farmers, they grow great products. They don't have time to market.
That's not their job. Their job is to perfect soil, perfect vegetables.
And they don't have time to drive a truck for delivery. And then why would they hire somebody? So it's a cooperative of these farmers that get together and share the logistics. I can order from 10 farms in one day, and it's one bill, one delivery, and the array of the Hudson Valley.
They're so fantastic because they're not holding products in like a big warehouse. It's coming straight from the farm. Not only is it supporting that small business and that local farm, it also encourages other people to start farming and bring their farms to this region. We can show them that there's a demand for it, there's financial stability. That's going to make sure that we can keep having fertile land, not relying on importing products, and also to be farming the way we want them to farm, which is naturally, sustainably.
Being in the food industry, you work at these big hotels and you see these 18-wheelers pulling every day. And out comes the same boxes, the same identical cuts of meat, the same identical pieces of green beans, whatever it is, everything's identical. And as a young chef, I would question myself. I'm like, where's all this coming from? We just saw all this mass-produced stuff. So we took a trip to the San Luis Valley in Colorado, famous potato growing country. And we were down there doing a tour, and I remember meeting a farmer who wouldn't eat his own potatoes. You see the skull and crossbows out there and everything roped off, and what's this, what's going on? Oh, we just sprayed, those baking potatoes, and you open them up and they get those little brown holes in them. Yeah, well, we have to spray a neurological damaging chemical on there. So by law, we have to rope the farms. We have to post warnings. And if our irrigation fails, we will not take the chance of going in our field to fix it. We'll lose our crop. So of course they don't eat their own potatoes. What potatoes do you eat? Oh, we eat our neighbor 10 miles down the road. He grows organically. And so from that point on, I was like, wow, if a farmer won't eat his own food, why would I serve it? Why would I eat it myself? It's not safe.
And potatoes, like if something's growing underground, it's soaking up everything that's seeping into the ground, right? So like potatoes are one of those things that if you're gonna choose a couple vegetables to eat organically, you should really choose potatoes because it's soaking up all those pesticides if it's being sprayed.
How do you combat that hollow, that brown spot in the potatoes? It goes, we just grow the opposite potatoes that doesn't happen to. So all your heirloom potatoes, your fingerlings, your Russian bananas, your German butterballs, your Yukons, they don't experience that. So you don't have to spray that chemical on those potatoes. And so that's a simple fix for that, but we're so stuck on French fries in America, and you need that oval, oblong potato to make French fries, and that's where you have the problem. You know, how many people look for flour in their cabinet at home, and it's been back there 2 years, you don't think anything of it. But before it was sitting in your cabinet for 2 years, it was on the shelf for 6 months, it was picked 6 months earlier, it was in a warehouse with no kind of temperature control, and it was stripped of everything. You can walk into Walmart, ShopRite, Whole Foods, and pick up that spinach, that baby spinach mix. There's a code on there. You call the company, and they'll tell you when it was picked and processed. Here's an interesting thing. You buy that pound, you take it onto a certified meter scale, and you weigh it. It's no longer a pound. 2 weeks, a lot of dehydration happens, and you lose sometimes 20%. And I'm saying to myself as a chef, where's the rest of my lettuce? Well, it's in the water that's evaporated because it's 2 weeks old.
Or you think about how much is wilted that you have to throw out, and that's also waste.
Imagine if you and I sat on the Organic Standards Board. You walk into Whole Foods and they'd probably lose half their organic certifications right off the bat. Because we know what's right and wrong, and they know what's right and wrong for their business. Going to work and do what I love is important to me. I couldn't stand working for places anymore that I didn't believe in the food we were serving.
You're literally healing people, you're saving people's lives. Once you start eating that healthy local food, you start having a closer connection to your body. I truly feel more energized when I'm eating healthier foods that are living.
100%.
I feel like when people hear these kinds of conversations, it's exciting and empowering, but also exhausting. You can just make little changes. So don't worry about like, I have to go from 0 to 100. Just go from 0 to 0.5 and just keep going this increments.
Right, increments, that's exactly right.
If you're gonna be vegetarian, great. But are you still eating conventional vegetables? Because like that's also not good for you. So let's talk about the quality of the ingredients, not just the diet, the kind of diet you're on, right? That's
a great point. Companies will gravitate to one thing, and that's how marketing's done. If they could put vitamin C in cigarettes, they would say provides 100% of your daily recommended allowance of vitamin C. And some people construe that as, oh,
it's good for me.
That's good for me. See, cigarettes aren't that bad. They have 100% of vitamin C. But what they don't realize is you can whisper vitamin C on top of Frosted Flakes and it meets the RDA.
Right.
The RDAs are set so low. And then they use this creative or even downright manipulative marketing. Well, this salmon was raised without antibiotics. Or this never treated. No, it wasn't treated, but it was just constantly given.
It's like manipulated marketing because it's intentionally made, the food system is intentionally made to trick people.
It's like tomatoes. I tell people those cardboard tomatoes that you're buying in the store have 8 minerals. Something farmed organically, a live soil, up to 56 minerals. Minerals are the key to life. People think, oh, I take my vitamins. Minerals are really what we know. You know, you can light up a light bulb with certain minerals because there's an energy in those minerals that our body needs and runs on. If you're not standing for something you really believe in, if you're not really nourishing in the community in all these different ways of like, what's the point of even having this business? What are you guys making today? Okay, so I love fish. So I have some Alaskan halibut. I have some of Hawthorne Valley's turmeric sauerkraut. Oh my God. I have some local potatoes from the black dirt. So I'm gonna make a halibut choucroute. Can we make this? I'm hungry. Yeah, of course. You wanna help me? Yes, please. Oh, let's jump into the kitchen. One of the most important things with any fish is you should not smell it. So when you walk into a fish market and all of a sudden you like, oh, smell? No, the only thing that smells in the fish world is scallops. If they don't smell they're not good. So it's the opposite of all the other fish.
Stinky scallops,
Yes.
fresh fish.
The things that really destroy fish is when you start touching it with your hands and then putting it back in the counter, back underneath, because our hands have bacteria. So every time you touch fish, prior to cooking it, cleaning it or whatever, you want to make sure you have gloves on. New gloves, touch it, keep it iced, and keep it drained so it doesn't sit in any moisture.
Proper food storage can save the world.
Today's dish, the main star besides the halibut, is the Hudson Valley choucroute, sauerkraut, lacto-fermented, unpasteurized, which means all the goodness is left in here, all the enzymes, all the life is left in here. So we're gonna start off our choucroute portion of this with a little bit of reducing wine. And the thing to remember is when you're cooking with wine is you always want to reduce it. You never want to consume raw wine in a dish, except for if it's like sherry or Madeira. You would never take tomato sauce, fresh tomato sauce, and pour red wine after it's cooked. You cook the red wine first, reduce it, concentrate the flavors, and then add your tomatoes or whatever.
Too hot to handle.
Right behind you is a pair of tongs, if you can grab those.
Okay.
And we're gonna give that a little stir. And behind you have some potatoes, if you wanna drop those cooked potatoes in.
Okay. I taste tested these before. They're cooked perfectly.
Excellent.
Did you just boil these? Or?
A little boil them with a little bit of salt and a little bit of thyme.
Okay.
So now we're gonna take the halibut and put it right in top here. And we have a great opportunity for a little bit of flavor left in that pan. This is called deglazing. I just swirl it around. Get some of that flavor off and put it back into our dish.
Cool.
So don't lose any flavor. And turn this on low. And we're gonna put a lid on it and come back to it in a couple of minutes.
As I'm walking through your space in this backyard, it feels like there's a lot of memories here, and
There are.
it feels alive.
There are. So we've been open here at the restaurant for 18 years. I've learned from him. He's learned from me. He runs the kitchen. I run the front of the house. Things are changing so quickly that you just always have to be, I almost say, one step ahead of where you think things are going to be going.
Was there ever a moment that you felt close to giving up? I just know, like,
Every January, February.
yeah, okay, because like being a small business, especially in food, especially in local food, your work has to really inspire, motivate you.
Our passion for what we love to do just has made us want to give more and more to our community, to our family.
When you're so connected to your business,
Yeah, the
a lot of the
passion.
reason why you started is because you're like, I want to have this in my life.
Never give up on our dream, our aspirations, what we want to be doing, and that's Aroma Thyme to us. Culture is important to us, and my staff is my family because when I'm not here, I want them to take care of the restaurant like it's theirs.
It's like I get to make an experience for someone, right? I get to like make them happy and have a memory here.
If you love what you're doing, then you make it what it is, and we love what we do here.
And I'm sure the food is really good.
It is, and
And
you know what?
I
I think Marcus is needing your help in the kitchen right now.
Awesome. My favorite thing helping a chef out is like taste testing, you know?
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
The last thing we're going to add to here, we're going to add some local tomatoes.
Okay.
So if you want to, we want to slice a couple tomatoes for me in half, just like that, and
How
put 'em
many?
in-
do
Oh,
you
about 4,
want?
5, 6 more. I love tomatoes,
Okay.
and they're going to be the last part of the cooking process. Let's take a look at our halibut. Give a nice smell. So I just dropped a little sprig of thyme in there, and I think we can probably slide the tomatoes right on in there. Let them.
Do you guys have to put thyme in everything because of your name?
We have to. We just have to. My favorite herb to cook is thyme. And the healing properties of thyme, especially thyme vulgaris, are astonishing. When you look at the scientific research on herbs and healing, thyme vulgaris is like the super antibiotic. People think thyme oil, good essential thyme oil, is taking this and putting it into olive oil and extracting the flavors, cooking it, blending it. But the real essential oil is actually trapped within the plant itself. And that is what's left over, the essential oils. Here are the essential oils. This is the extract from what's in the plant. There you have ginger, and if you open up and smell it, this is tarragon.
It's like, I don't know which one I'm smelling, but I've been both of them.
All right. Lunch is served.
Oh my God.
Go for it.
Okay, all right. I'm so excited, I can't even say any words. It's so good. I love this hint of like sauerkraut in here.
I'm a huge sauerkraut fan, but typically sauerkraut's associated with, putting on a hot dog or pork schnitzel or something. People just don't think of going and making dinner with sauerkraut.
You know, I really love these perfectly cooked soft potatoes cooked in the sauerkraut.
We had the tanginess of the sauerkraut.
And it cooked it really well.
We had the wine, the Riesling, and then we had the cream to round everything out.
Oh my God.
You don't have to be held to halibut, which is a nice thing. If you want to put shrimp in here, if you want to trout, if you want to add a couple mussels, a couple clams, if you want to add a little bacon to it, that's acceptable as well. You can literally adapt the seasons, because don't forget, sauerkraut is a product you can store all winter and literally transform this dish in the fall. Add some pumpkins to it, add some corn to it, and just get really creative.
But I also really appreciate when I'm eating stuff like this and you know where all the food's coming from, you're really tasting the region. We live in New York, we're breathing New York air, we're drinking New York water. We should also be eating New York food. I always believe, I'm sure you do too, that food is this way of showing love. And I really appreciate you sharing this homemade dish with me and also sharing all your stories and philosophies.
Pleasure having you here today. Really love sharing stories, love learning from you. I'm very excited that I was able to cook.
I'm gonna finish this last bite, then run off to Kelder Farms to jump up and down. Cheers.
Cheers.
John, I just ran through the maze, ran through the sunflower field, accidentally ate a raw corn that was not ripe at all. Please tell me about this amazing farm you guys have.
Our family has been farming for over 200 years. We're a bicentennial farm. We started in 1779. It's a challenge to be a farmer, and we try to add something new every year just to get some more people out here to be able to purchase our fruit and vegetables. So our activities are a way to market our produce and sell it to people.
And imagine if some kid is petting a goat here and is so immersed in the experience and loves it that they actually are inspired to become a farmer. Kelder's farm is a perfect example of being diverse in your revenue streams as a farm. It just shows that you guys are innovative and that this really is probably the future of farming, is to make it more dynamic. I want to see how high I can jump on this massive balloon you guys have.
Definitely.
Can we just make a bet of how high I can jump?
Probably like 4 feet.
I think I can do 4 or 5, maybe 5 feet.
Maybe.